I created a Pilates video for you. This is for weeks 1 through 3. You just need a mat and yourself, and I'm just going to walk you through, I don't know, about 20 minutes of moving that will definitely complement whatever other exercise you're doing in the new year. Or you can just do this and it'll be great for you. So I'm just starting laying down, legs bent, feet flat on the mat, pressing into my hands, and we'll get started. Okay, so this first bit of movement, I just want you to tuck and release the pelvis, pressing into the feet, pressing into the hands. You're just moving. So I'm putting my hands on my hips so you can see where that movement is coming from. The tailbone is coming up, and then the tailbone is coming down with a bit of arch in my back when I come down. This can grow to be as exaggerated as you want. You're just introducing movement, maybe first thing in the day, but probably the first time you're doing this today. Collarbones are wide on the mat. Hands are pressing into the mat. And oh yeah, you're breathing. So how about an inhale to tuck and an exhale to release. Breathing in, breathing out. By the way, these angles are not great for me, but that's okay. And still moving. So keeping with that tuck and release, we're going to make it a little bit bigger. So the next time that I tuck, I'm bringing my hips up. And on the release, hips come down, chin comes into chest. I come off the floor with the top half of my body. So tuck, hips up, down, chin to chest, rolling off the mat. And so I'm doing this because I'm introducing C shape. C shape is something we're going to do a lot of in our Pilates practice. It's kind of the foundation for most exercises. And it's just creating a C shape, more of a canoe shape with the body. Speaking of foundations, let's get into hundreds. So to prep, you've got your feet on the mat, and you're coming up into that C shape, arms at shoulder height, and you're going to be pumping for this exercise. The breath is 5 pumps inhale and 5 pumps exhaling. And let's do it. So coming up into that C shape, I'm pumping, pressing into my feet. Chin is tucked into my face. Sometimes we say put your face back in your face. It's important to protect the neck and to create that continuous shape from your tailbone up to the top of your head. And again, the breathing is I'm pumping, inhaling for 5 pumps, exhaling for 5 pumps, and we're doing 100. So I promise you, I tried my best to count these. I'm pretty sure it's 100. The 100 is more of a suggestion. It's a feeling. It starts to hurt after a while. You know you've done it when you've done it. Just make sure you're breathing. These are big breaths. And then maybe even one day you work up to 7 pumps in one inhale, 7 pumps in one exhale, and lay back down. So remember that C shape I was talking about? I'm just going to go ahead and show it to you. We're not going to do anything in full C shape yet, but you might as well have an idea about it. So I've got chin to chest, I'm rolling up, and my arms come up kind of like you were starting the hundreds again. I'm bringing one leg to tabletop and the other leg to meet it. And just stay here. Make sure your belly button is in your spine. You're protecting your lower back. And we're not doing anything but just rolling up to this position, feeling what that feels like, and bring everything back down to the mat. Change of scenery. I have come over to your couch because I'm going to put my feet underneath the ledge to hold them in place. So I'm kind of pulling myself back so they're tight, and it's not that comfortable, to be honest with you. So I'm pulling my feet out, and I'm just going to work on mounting my feet into the floor. Okay, so I guess I'm going back under. This is just to show you a couple of different ways to do it. But if it does bother you and it hurts your toes, you can definitely keep your feet out from underneath the couch. Just an idea. And I'm laying down, getting prepared for the next movement. And here I am, with my feet out from underneath the couch. So let's just act like I'm putting my feet underneath the couch, sliding myself back so I'm tight. And I'm going to keep my knees bent so it's easier. But if you find this to be very easy, you can of course straighten your legs. And here I am just rolling up. It's a gentle roll up. My chin is staying close to my chest because I'm protecting my neck, and I'm breathing. So an exhale brings you over, and an inhale brings you back. I've got my arms down to my side, and that is the mild variation of this exercise. And keep going. You're going to do this 5 to 8 times. It just feels good for the spine. Still breathing. And again, finishing up. One more time. I'm doing a big stretch for this last one. And sit up. Alright, we're back to the mat. I'm laying down in that starting position, but now my legs are flat to the mat. Pressing into my hands, I am going to bring one knee up, bending the knee. And I'm going to start rotating that big leg bone in my hip socket. So it's way more about moving it in the hip socket versus spinning your knee around. You want to keep the leg bent during this, and I went 5 spins in one direction, and then I changed to the other direction. And this is just introducing movement into that hip joint. Hug that knee in, set it back on the ground, and switch legs. So rotating that big bone in its socket 5 ways in one direction, stopping at the top, and this next one, and switching directions. And hugging in the knee. And replacing that leg down to the mat. So now pressing into your hands into the mat, we're going to go into the next exercise, which is bringing the leg up to the ceiling. Bringing it towards the couch, back up. So this leg is crossing over you, and you're squeezing your thighs each time. And you're breathing. So technically, it's inhaling for half of the movement, exhaling for the other half. But just breathe. That's the important part. And now I'm switching directions. And my leg only goes as wide as the mat and then crosses over really deep. So it's way more about the crossover. And they're called leg circles because you're creating a circle. And bring that leg down, kick your butt a few times. And you're moving to your next leg. Big crossover, only as wide as the mat. Big crossover, only opening as wide as the mat. Big crossover. Squeezing those inner thighs each time. And stopping at the top on this next one. Oh, nope, we're going again. This one? Yep. Okay. Opening as wide as the mat. Big crossover. I'm really good at this recording over stuff. My voice is also just impeccable. I should have done radio. Keep going. Kick 3 times and bring that leg back flat on the mat. Now we're moving into something very fun. Come to the top of your mat and you're coming into this ball shape. So I've got my feet on the mat and I've got my butt as close as I can get it to my ankles. And I've created this curve in the top of my back. It's C-shape. And so I'm lifting my feet off the mat to balance, and you're just going to sit here and balance for a second. Look at your thighs, and it's a big inhale that's going to bring you back, and an exhale that's going to bring you up. So I'm just preparing here, and let's do it. Big inhale, big exhale brings you up. Big inhale, a big audible exhale brings you up. Inhale, exhale. You can bring the arms to your thighs if you're just not getting it. That's okay, you will. It just takes some concentration and it takes breathing. Do not do this. No. Do not use your legs to propel you forward. I mean, you can, that's one way to do it, but it's not getting the control or the benefits of it. And what are the benefits, you may ask? Well, you are massaging out your spine, you're massaging out your organs, which you never do. It's great for circulation, yada yada. Oh, we're moving right into the next one. All right, so bring yourself back on the mat. Your legs are flat or bent, and your feet are as wide as the mat. Arms are at shoulder height. So you can bring them bent. You want to just be up on your sits bones. So sitting up tall. If you find that your legs are straight and you're kind of sinking your pelvis, bend those legs. Oh. All right. And so here you're moving up and over as if you have a burning big beach ball underneath your core. So that's going to take bringing in your belly button to spine, and you're just rolling over it. It's up and over versus collapsing onto those thighs. I said that weird. Thighs. So I'm exhaling over that beach ball. Inhale to sit tall. Exhaling over that beach ball. Inhaling to sit tall. Exhaling, inhaling, and sit back up. So from your seated position, what am I doing here? Okay, great. We're doing this? Great, okay. Now lay on your stomach, and you're gonna bring your hands one over another and lay your forehead on it. You're going to wiggle out your butt a little bit. You can bring your toes so they point towards each other, kind of like you're pigeon-toed, and you're just moving those hips to release them. And we're going to go into swan. So big inhale, bringing the belly button to spine is what's going to help you in this movement, because it's all about protecting the lower back. This is a safe exercise. I know you've had back stuff in the past. This is safe. But my belly button to spine allows me to protect the lower back, and breathing allows me to lift my hands and forehead off of the mat. Small, minimal movement, extending the spine. Now I'm not raising my head. I'm trying to keep my neck in a straight line. I'm just lifting that upper body to create the movement. And bring your hands under your shoulders and push down back into child's pose. I usually do my legs, my knees wide in a child's pose to make way for the boobies, but you can certainly bring your knees together too. That's going to create more of a rounded stretch. And push yourself up to sitting. All right, and coming back into a seated position, sitting up on that tailbone, or those sits bones rather, and your legs are as wide as the mat. I've got my knees bent here. Go ahead and start in that position. Arms come up to a T. And the exercise is to breathe in, breathe, exhale, exhale, exhale. Breathe in, get tall. Exhale 1, exhale 2, exhale 3, twisting. Inhale, exhale, exhale further. Inhale at the top, exhale, exhale, exhale. See how my eyes are guiding my twist? It's going to help you twist more. Oh, I just took a break. Great. And we're back at it. You don't take a break. You keep going. It's 3 to 5 times on each side, so. How often do you get to twist your spine like this? Arms down, on to the next. So, I'm laying back down, and we're getting ready for bridge. So this is really about pressing into all 4 corners of your feet. Yes, you have 4 corners of your feet and into your hands. So breathing, collarbones wide. My tops our arms into the mat, but really think more so about pressing your hands into your mat. If your hands are coming up, you're probably tight in your chest. And hey, you're probably tight in your chest because most people are, but just know that the goal is to have the hands flat onto the mat. I brought my hips up and down. Watch this. Now bringing my hips up, my rib cage is in line with those hips. I'm knitting the ribs in, if that makes sense. So I've got control over my ribs versus them splaying out and my hips coming up and not really having any control over anything. So I'm bringing it up, I'm pressing into my feet. The glutes and hamstrings are what are supporting me. And then I'm articulating my spine down to the mat. Inhale pushes me up through glutes, hamstrings, foot, and exhale brings me back down to the mat. Good. All right, we're in the home stretch now, baby. All right, so you're sitting at the top of your mat. This is kind of like that rolling like a ball position, but you're bringing your hands through your legs and you're holding your hands, your feet in your hands. So it's clapping 3 times with the feet, rolling back, and exhale brings you up. Clap the bottoms of the feet 3 times. Inhale back, exhale up. So this is called seal. Again, it's one that's massaging out the spine, massaging out your organs, but also, believe it or not, beating the bottoms of your feet together is an immunity booster. And it's all about that, Eastern medicine, foot map, whatever. All right, last thing, we've got a plank. And so I'm doing a plank on my elbows to start, and I've got it for 60 seconds. Do it 30 to 60 seconds. But I just want you to realize my posture here, and that's it, that my hips are slightly raised, and my ankles are way back. So what I'm thinking about is oppositional energy. So I've got energy coming out the top of my head as well as out the bottoms of my feet. And I'm holding it. And I don't know, I guess we could talk about anything for a minute. Weather's really nice today. It's quite warm here in Boone. You're here too, so you probably know that. But anyway, this is a good time for me to wrap this up and just say that I love you. I'm proud of you. I created this for you. A, is a testament that this training program is a good thing. And B, I know that you want to move, and it's important to you, and it's important to me to see you move. So I hope that you will do this for a few weeks, and thanks. Oh, I can still record. Okay, the movie is over, but what I was going to say is that I hope you'll do this for a few weeks, and then if you like it, let me know. I can make another one of these. I've already got programs written. So anyway, love you, bye.